You might not have much control over how long it takes a person to be served from the time they get to your organization's premises, join a queue, and actually get served. You do, however, have full control over how you choose to serve the person who stands right in front of you. We have come to normalize a very disgusting habit of serving with an attitude of, I'm not here to be your friend. I've had a tough day. I'm having a tough time in my life, and you just ought to accept the service that I'm giving you and appreciate the fact that you are being served. While in reality, we can do and be so much more and so much better. I'm KatieMoagi, and whether you're a cleaner, a shop attendant, a manager, or the boss, you know what it's like to be served with joy, and you know what it's like to be served with an attitude of, like, I'm doing you a favor, and you should just appreciate the fact that I'm doing you this favor that you're probably not deserving of. And I hope that watching this video will encourage you to always serve with joy. Yes, you might be going through the most in life, and yes, you might be having one of those bad days, but instead of using that as a basis to offer someone horrible service, why not use it as a basis to say, you know what, this person or these people that I'm serving might also be going through what I'm going through, or similar. They might be going through the most in life. They might be having a bad day today, and I couldn't control what happened to me to lead me to this feeling, this terribleness, this horribleness that I'm feeling, but I'm going to choose to put a smile on their face through the service that I offer to them. Why not do that? Yes, it might not be the easiest thing to do, but it's just a challenge to myself and to you to say, when we are going through the worst, when life is not going the way we want it to go, when we don't feel like serving and serving well, let's intentionally serve well. Let's be intentional about making it better for someone else. And who knows, someone else might come back and do the same to us. Anyway, I just want to share two instances of great and not so great service that I had. The first being 2018 with my first son, when I was going through my prenatal checks. So I went to South Rand Hospital for my antenatal checkups, and it's a public hospital, and you know what is said about public hospitals. The nurses and the doctors are mean. You're going to get like terrible service, and it's dirty, and you're just gonna hate it. There's nothing good about it. That's what I got. That's what people told me about public hospitals. But I went anyway, and I went with a ready mind. Like my mind was like, just be ready for the meanness and the rudeness and all the terrible service that you're going to get. And I get there, and boy, was I pleasantly surprised. Like, so surprised in a wonderful way. That team was just the best. They love their pregnant ladies. They treat us with love, with warmth, with care, And it was a beautiful 7 months that I had there. The terrible things that I heard previously out the window. And I'm grateful until now, like I'm still grateful to God Almighty that my antenatal care was at that hospital, and the people that served were those people, and it was so beautiful. I'm really grateful. That was excellent service. Those are people that know how to serve with joy, and there is no way that all their lives are brilliant. There is no way that all of them have wonderful lives and wonderful days on a daily basis, but throughout, I went there for 7 months. Throughout that 7 months, it was just brilliant service, month after month after month. And if any of them ever watch this, thank you so much to the South Rand Antenatal Care team. You guys are the best. Your service is the best. And I'm grateful for all the service that I was offered by you guys. Few years later, with my second pregnancy, not so great. So I was at work and I started bleeding. Then I was directed to the nearest public hospital nearest to work. And I get there, stand in the queue, sit and wait to be served. It was a long queue, but that's expected, public hospital. But what was not expected was the service I got from the two doctors that served me. So we come into contact with each other. What's wrong? I'm pregnant and I'm bleeding. What's what? Okay, they check me, do whatever needs to be checked. They do an ultrasound, they do the scan, they do the sweep. And I don't know if it's called a sweep, but they check me. And then this doctor says, there's no baby. And there was never a baby. And she says it like she's the coldest person alive, you know. I start crying, I continue crying. And it is just terrible, you know. And even though I'm crying and she's there, like there's no minute of comfort, there's no minute of if anything, she looks at me like I was pregnant in my head, you know. I was never actually pregnant. She looks at me like I'm mentally disturbed, you know. And I try to find out, to say, what could have happened? Why is it that I know I was pregnant. I had the ultrasound. I did the pregnancy test. The symptoms were there. What could have happened for me to come to a place of now bleeding, and for you, it looks like I was never pregnant? What could have happened? And the more I asked questions, it was as if I'm irritating her. It was as if I'm like wasting her time. Like, girl, you were never pregnant. You thought you were, but you weren't actually. But if you insist, you can come tomorrow. Here's a letter. You're going to see this doctor taking your blood. They can explain your blood, the results that will come from your blood tests. The other thing is, this doctor was a female. Both of them were females. And it hurts a bit more. You know, you expect guys to be horrible. And like, I'm not saying I don't have any issues against men, but you expect that they are the ones who would not understand when a woman is going through a miscarriage. But this is a female who is seeing what I'm going through, who is seeing how I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing. And yes, she can't bring the baby back, but she can make my whole experience less miserable by speaking nicely, by speaking with a little bit of gentleness. But she failed to do that for whatever reason. And that hurt. And it was one of the inspirations behind this video to say, whenever you have an opportunity to serve anyone in any capacity, make sure you serve with joy. Even if you don't manage, but let that be your intention. When you get out from your house in the morning to be a nurse, to be a doctor, to be a cashier, to be a teller, to be a manager, taking care of people, to be a nanny, to be whatever your job is, leave your house in the morning with an intention and a mindset to say, I'm going to serve with joy. If something happens and you fail, okay, sorry, you failed. But be intentional about serving with joy. And I know a lot of people are going to say, but you know what? It's not easy. We're going through stuff in life, and it's hard to bring out the joy and to give others joy. Let's look at a time when there's money on the table, there's an opportunity on the table, there is business on the table. Even when we are not feeling great, when we are not feeling joyful, we somehow manage to serve with joy because we know that we stand to gain something tangible. And I think based on that, we can say service is a choice. The manner of service we offer is ultimately a choice. If we can come out of our misery and bring our joy in order to gain money or opportunities or a job or business, then it means we can do it. It's just that we don't feel the need to because we're not getting anything tangible. But I'd like to encourage you that even when you're not getting something tangible, even if you don't get a physical reward, there's a great rewarder in heaven who sees how you are serving, and he is the greatest rewarder above money, above business, above a job or opportunity that physical human beings can give you. And we need to serve always knowing that we will account to him, to God Almighty, for every cheer and every tear that we put on someone else's face through our service. So let us be intentional about serving with joy and leaving cheers instead of tears on his people's faces. With that said, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it at all, leave a thumbs up, please. Leave a comment telling me about your best and worst service that you gave to someone else and that was given to you. And if you feel the need, do share it with someone else, to encourage others. Let us all be encouraged to serve with joy in any capacity. If you haven't subscribed, do so, please, for similar content. And let's just continue encouraging each other to be the best and to do the best. Till next time. Bye for now.